What is the Matrix?
Hi, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Experience. It is 6:31 a.m. Have not been to sleep. Again, whenever I'm under heavy remote load monitoring, being hit with microwave and radio wave frequency, um, what is called silent sound spread spectrum, one of the things is that you will get insomnia. Okay, your brain cannot produce what is called melatonin, right? Your brain doesn't produce enough of that, which again, melatonin helps the brain regulate sleep, helps the body regulate sleep. So I've been playing the Division 2, and something just happened, and I was going to record this on my phone, but I was like, this might be the better way to do it. So I'm playing the Division 2. Okay, I'm going to bring up the screen so you guys can see, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what they did in terms of um, hijacking of my mind in a complete way and able to control my take over my consciousness, right, to where I have no memory, cannot recall what happened. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing this again, but anyhow, I'm gonna let it play out. Okay. Um, I guess it restarted the part of this where you have to get rid of the enemies so you can gain control of the territory. All right, let's see something here. Um, just want to make sure that there is sound. Yeah. All right. I was like, what the heck was all that noise? Anyhow, um, let's see here. I'm trying to make sure that the sound is coming through. Anyhow, so yeah, so I had just um, defeated the elite soldiers. Okay, and I was I had to do this, which is basically open up these cache. All right, and so I was basically after defeated the soldiers, what have you, um, was going to the caches, but then all of a sudden, okay, now I'm going to pause this and then I'm going to unpause it, right? So it would be like for me going to get the caches and then completely blank out, right? Have no recollection of how I found myself where I found myself. I mean the character in the game, okay? So just give me a sec. Okay, so there you go. All right. So again, now I'm going to show you guys um, where I was, and again, to get to here, how long it takes. Okay, so I'm gonna not pause it. I'm actually going to move my character back to where I was. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to where I was, where like I said, my mind just totally went blank and found my character outside of this control territory, completely blanked out. Didn't even know how I got there. Okay. And I'm going to explain to you guys how they do it. All right. Like I said, I don't just say these things. I want to explain what it is that they do, and I'm going to give you the information to prove that this can be done. Okay. So I'm going to, as I'm running to the outside of this control territory, I'm going to count. I'm not going to count loud, but just how many seconds. So approximately 27 seconds. Okay. So I literally blacked out. When I say black out, I mean that my mind was totally taken over, right? My conscious mind, right? To just so they can prove to me or show me exactly what they can do and what they have been doing. Okay. All right. So let me do this. I'm going to pause this and let me bring up this article. This one. Okay. This is an article from 2013. Okay. All right. What does it say? The title is Mind Melt. Scientist uses brain to control another guy's finger. Okay. The world of mind control zombies armies may have gotten just a little closer. Scientists said they've hooked up one person's brain to the internet to control the finger of another person playing a video game. The internet was a way to communicate computers, and now it can be a way to connect brains. University of Washington psychology professor Andrea Stockel said Tuesday in the news release, "We want to take the knowledge of a brain and transmit it directly from brain to brain." Okay. Now I was talking to the TI from California, Alva, and she brought up something that even though I knew, um, but I think I might have forgotten, but she just reminded me of that, is that when you look at those who are in the neuroscience, those who are working on uh, BCI, brain computer interface, or brain on chip, right? Meaning that taking brain cells and putting those cells on a chip, and then that those brain cells can actually remember certain tasks, right? So again, these things, like I said, these things are not new, but people don't want to believe these things exist. And there are a good amount of people within the population who have been illegally microchipped. All right. So when you look at particularly when you do the research, they talk about developing these things for people who have mental illness, people who have like epilepsy, people who are quadriplegic. Remember, they will always give you what is supposed to be the benefit of these things. But if you understand the way how this government work, past and present, the lies, the cover up, the non-consensual human experimentation, okay? When we as TIs, particularly those of us who have done the research and given this information to let you guys know that listen, they've been doing this. This is nothing new. All right. And all we ask is people to just be open minded, right? Given the information. It's not like I'm telling you something that's you know that I have no proof that these things can actually be done. Okay, I'm showing you guys this. I'm giving you the proof. Okay, so as you said, all right, and then also, like I said, those who are in the neuroscience field, they are also psychiatrists, right? So for let's say a neurologist has to have a psychiatric degree. Okay, he must be a psychiatrist, right? And because in order they need to make the determination whether the person is having a neurological issue or a psychological issue, right? And again, the brain, psychology, neurology, it deals with the brain. So a lot of these researchers, right? A lot of these people who are researching brain computer interface and all these things that have to do with manipulating people's mind using technology or using the electromagnetic spectrum, they understand the brain very well. They understand the physical brain and they understand the psychological brain. Okay, so how it was done. Okay, actually, let me say it says Stocko played the role of the mind slave in the experiment. Uh, Rajesh Rao, a computer science and engineering professor at the University of Washington, played the part of the puppet master, or should that be the finger master? How it was done. On August 12th, Ryo sat in his lab wearing a cap with electrodes hooked up to an encephalography machine. The EEG machine reads Ryo brain activity while he watched a simple cannon shooting video game unfold on a screen. Then it was time for Ryo to shoot the cannon. He imagined moving his right hand to hit the fire button while making sure not to move the hand in real life. Meanwhile, on the other side of the UW campus, uh, Stockel wore a cap that was equipped with a magnetic coil directly placed over the region of his brain that controls his right hand. That hand was poised over a spacebar on a computer keyboard. The system was set up to transmit Rayo's right hand brain signal to Stockel's computer over the internet, and then to translate those signals into a magnetic pulse in Stockel's brain cap. Stockel wasn't watching a computer screen and wasn't in direct contact with Rayo. Nevertheless, when Rayo thought of making a hand motion, Stockel's right hand moved involuntarily to push the space bar. Okay? So, again, when I talk about hijacking my consciousness, the consciousness of my children, the people around me, you know, saying things. All right, it's my experience has taught me that this is very well uh, way advanced than what they want the public to believe, and I've been saying this. All right, and so what happened? Like I said, I just had to do a video just to show you guys and explain to you guys what it is that they did. Okay, because again, right, they will always use the mental illness theme in order to discredit. Okay, and if you as a TI, when they can't discredit you using the mental illness theme, then what do you think they're going to do? They're going to use coercive threats using what? The predator department. All right, and who's the predator department? But law enforcement predator department officers. Okay, so again, it is coercive in nature. It is meant to silence those of us who have been illegally implanted, illegally put into a non-consensual human experimentation program without our consent, and the use of setups and frameworks in order to silence us and to threaten us into silence if we come forward to expose and blow the whistle in terms of what the U.S. government, its law and security agencies have been doing. Okay. So with that being said, talk to you guys in the next video.